All right, I think we are ready to go. So, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Jenny Lang. I am the Associate Director for Admissions and Recruitment here in the Honors College at the University of Maryland. Joining me for this presentation today is Chantel Smith, the Coordinator for Recruitment and Programming. And we also have several current students who are joining us today who are Honors Ambassadors. Will you please introduce yourselves? Tell us your name, where you're from, your major, and which of our living learning programs you are in. Shannon, will you please go first?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Shannon. I am a senior computer science major from Southern California, and I am in ACES.
Thank you. Catherine?
Hi, my name's Catherine. I'm a senior neurology major, and I'm from Baltimore County, and I'm in Honors Ambassadors.
Thank you. Sydney?
Hi, everyone. My name is Sydney. I'm a senior from Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm double majoring in neurobiology and physiology and African American studies, and I'm in the Integrated Life Sciences program, also known as ILS.
Alyssa?
Hi everyone, I'm Alyssa. I am a sophomore neurobiology and physiology major from Baltimore County, and I'm in the Honors Humanities program.
Ashley?
Hello everyone, my name is Ashley. I'm a neurobiology and physiology major and a public policy minor. I'm a junior and I'm from Howard County, Maryland, and I'm in the Gemstone program.
And Divya, and please correct me if that is not the correct pronunciation of your name.
All good, thanks. I'm Divya. I'm a senior studying computer science, minoring in math and Spanish, and I'm from Howard County, and I'm in DCC.
Thanks, everyone. All right. Our presentation tonight will be about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we'll all be available to answer your questions until 8 p.m. Please only use the chat feature if you have any trouble hearing us or any technical difficulties. We're going to be answering questions that come in through the Q&A feature. And if you see your question has already been asked in the Q&A, you can like that question to move it up in our queue. And then we'll provide contact information at the end in case you have additional questions later.
So getting started, what is the Honors College? So the Honors College is home to 6 different living learning programs on campus. And a living learning program is specialized in the sense that it is a partnership between resident life staff and other student services staff at the university. Faculty and academic administrators link the curricular and residential experiences in ways that create opportunities for deeper understanding and integration of classroom material. So basically, you can think of your curriculum in the Honors College as an enhancement to your education that is similar to taking the same amount of classes as you would in a minor with a co-curricular component. Our purpose is to foster learning inside and outside of the classroom and to create a supportive, close-knit community for our students. We're looking beyond academics and providing opportunities for students to connect with faculty, each other, and the community around them. One of the most important parts of our honors community lies in our mission and culture of inclusive excellence, which binds the pursuit of academic excellence to values of difference and diversity and uses the power of our knowledge to promote justice, equity, and engagement within the world. With this in mind, our hope and goal is that when our honor students graduate, that we have played a part in shaping them into being critically self-reflective on their knowledge and experiences, ethically aware to be able to make right and moral decisions, willing to take intellectual and creative risks, and they're prepared to work collaboratively.
Once admitted and invited to the Honors College, students will have the opportunity to identify which of our living learning programs they prefer through a preferencing form. We have 6 different living learning programs available for our students to choose from. The Advanced Cybersecurity Experience for Students, better known as ACES, develops successful, forward-thinking cyber leaders who create a safer world by embracing both the technical and non-technical aspects of cybersecurity. Design Cultures and Creativity, known as DCC, explores the roles and impact of design in our societies and creative practices. These students are theorists and thinkers who investigate the digital age through designing, analyzing, and creating. Gemstone is a unique multidisciplinary 4-year research program for honors students of all majors interested in leadership, teamwork, and social impact. Students will work in teams of 8 to 12 beginning at the end of their freshman year and continuing through their senior year on a research project with the guidance of a dedicated faculty member. Honors Humanities explores great ideas, great books, and great art, empowering students to find their voices in imagining their future and in changing the world. Integrated Life Sciences, known as ILS, offers innovative honors life science courses, facilitated research internship opportunities, and service learning experiences that are designed to launch the careers of outstanding students of all majors, exploring all aspects of life sciences. University honors students pursue their curiosity wherever it leads, as they explore topics of enduring and contemporary significance from the perspectives of different academic disciplines and methodological orientations. Honor students can select a living learning program that is related to their major to go more in depth in their chosen field of study, or they can choose a program that is the complete opposite of their major to broaden their experience in college.
So what exactly is the benefit of being an honor student at Maryland? In the Honors College, students are able to take small discussion-based courses, many of which are smaller than the regular courses offered at UMD for other students. Students also earn an honor citation, which is listed on their transcript, typically within 2 years, though one of our programs, Gemstone, is a 4-year research-based program. Students are also able to connect with fellow honor students and with the faculty and staff more closely. We also offer study abroad, internship, and research opportunities both on and off campus. Students in the Honors College participate fully in the life of the university, and in most cases are members of a multitude of student groups across campus. So just to ease concerns, they are not isolated whatsoever amongst the other students on campus. And we also offer a number of social events to allow our honor students to connect both with the entire Honors College community and through their specific living learning programs.
Our location gives students access to many internship opportunities in the Baltimore, Washington, D.C. region. Each of our programs bring in experts in the field of study to meet with their students. For example, the ACES program has a career mentor component where experts from organizations such as NSA come in and talk to the students in the program about their career, how they got there, and to offer the students guidance on their own careers. Internships can be both during the school year and over the summer, on or off campus.
And as you see, more than 50% of our honor students actually complete a research experience while they're at school. University of Maryland is a Research One institution, which means we typically have access to more grants, more labs, more faculty, and thus more opportunities for our undergraduate students to get involved. And as I mentioned earlier, since we offer smaller class sizes, this actually gives our students more access to the faculty and therefore more access opportunities to work in the faculty's labs. Research opportunities are available on and off campus, and because of our prime geographical location, students have easy access to research opportunities in the area, to include Johns Hopkins and National Institutes of Health.
Many of our students are in majors that have heavy course loads, which can make studying abroad for an entire semester challenging, but there are winter, spring break, and summer study abroad options. Students who are interested in studying abroad for a semester should talk to their advisor about these possibilities as early as possible so you can plan for it in your schedule, and you should visit the study abroad office on campus. And some of our living learning programs have a study abroad option as a part of the curriculum. So if this is important to you, make sure you look at that when you're choosing your living learning program.
And getting involved in honors is easy to do. The students will have a plethora of opportunities to get involved on campus, but we also have a multitude of options within our honors community. So just to name a few, we have Honors Ambassadors, which is a volunteer organization consisting of current students who are available to talk to prospective students, like the student panel joining us tonight, dedicating their time, which we appreciate. These students participate in all on-campus recruiting events. We also have student advisory boards for each of our living learning programs, student programming councils who help with organizing social events, the Black Honors Caucus, which aims to serve the university as a whole by providing a forum for diversity and discussion about the community's greatest concerns. And although we do sponsor the Black Honors Caucus, that is open to all students on campus.
So, how do you join the Honors College? There's no additional application to be considered for the Honors College. All students who apply to the University of Maryland, either through the Coalition app or the Common App, by the early action deadline of November 1st, will be automatically reviewed to be invited into the Honors College. The important factor here is applying by November 1st. When we evaluate applications for the Honors College, we do a holistic review of the entire application. We take into consideration the academic record, of course, including standardized test scores, rigor of curriculum, and extracurricular activities, among other factors. Something that's important to note this year, UMD is test optional. So you may choose on your application whether or not you want us to consider your standardized test scores, SATs or ACTs. It is up to you. Once you make the decision though, you can't change your mind later, so think carefully about whether you want us to consider your scores. Whether you submit scores or not, you will receive full consideration for admission, invitation to the Honors College, and consideration for all merit scholarships. Most of the students that are invited to Honors College fall near the top of the University of Maryland's admitted class in terms of their standardized test scores and academic performance in previous years, earning very nearly all A's, if not all A's, in the most rigorous courses available to them at their high schools. And anyone who is invited to the Honors College, you'll find this out with your acceptance letter to the University of Maryland.
The Banneker Key Scholarship is Maryland's most prestigious scholarship, which is managed through the Honors College. All freshman applicants to the University of Maryland who meet the early action deadline of November 1st and are invited to the Honors College are automatically considered for nomination to the Banneker Key Scholarship and for other merit scholarships offered by the University of Maryland with no additional application materials necessary. This exceptional scholarship opportunity is offered to only a select group of applicants who have demonstrated significant academic leadership and accomplishment in high school and who we believe will enrich and benefit from the campus learning environment. There are two levels of funding, full and partial. The full Banneker Key provides full tuition, resident hall room, and basic resident dining plan for 4 years. The partial Banneker Key currently provides $1,000 for in-state students and $12,000 for out-of-state students tuition annually. Both levels of the scholarship include an additional book allowance each year.
Once students are here on campus, we have a scholarship office that's available to help connect our students with scholarships that fit their goals and skills. Many of our Honors College students have been very successful in applying for and winning these competitive national and international awards. You can see here a number of the national awards and scholarships that our students in the Honors College have earned this past year.
And here on this slide, you can see some graduate statistics for the Honors College grads. 49% of Honors College students who graduate had a job right after graduation, which is awesome. And 33% plan to attend graduate school upon graduating for undergrad. Some students also went into volunteer opportunities to include AmeriCorps or the Peace Corps. And we had a small percentage of our students who went on to the military after graduation.
And here you can see some examples of the types of graduate programs that our students have attended once they have completed the University of Maryland bachelor's degree. And these include med school, law school, veterinary medicine, library science, engineering, and anthropology. And some career placement examples include Amazon, Booz Allen Hamilton, Voice of America, and PricewaterhouseCoopers. This is a small sample of the many places our students go after graduation.
Here in this last student spotlights, amongst our other wonderful Honors Ambassadors who are joining us today, One of them is actually featured today, Sydney. Here you can just, like I said, see just a few of our student profiles. As stated before, most of our students are involved with a in field of studies, which we love to see. And in closing, we know that honors is generally understood to stress academic intensity in one form that we to connect other new areas. Thank you for joining us in the presentation. Right now, we're going to open the floor to answer. We can for our contact information, the link to apply. If you want to learn more about the Honors College, we write the link to visit us and also to contact us via email. Jumping to the first question, let's see. Is there a separate application for the Honors College? Also, what are the admissions criteria for the Banneker Key Scholarship? Okay, so you probably already heard that. So just to answer that again, there is no separate application for the Honors College. As long as you apply by the early action deadline of November 1st, you would be automatically considered. And as far as admissions criteria for the Banneker Key Scholarship, there isn't any set criteria where basically you would have to have applied by the early action deadline and would have to also be invited to the Honors College. And at that point, you would automatically be considered for the Banneker Key Scholarship. Next question. If you are enrolled in the Honors College, are you required to be part of a living learning community? The short answer to that is yes. There's 6 living learning programs within the Honors College, and you would have to be a part of one of them in order to be a part of the Honors College. Next question. Are there any scholarships associated with these programs? I'm assuming you're talking in reference to the living learning programs. When you become a part of the Honors College and at UMD, you can apply for scholarships, but any of our HAs, do you guys want to elaborate on if any of you have applied to scholarships once you got to school?
Yeah, I, as an out-of-state student, cost a lot of money to attend, obviously. And I applied through departmental scholarships through the computer science department, and also my college scholarships under the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences. And I have scholarships through them, as well as something I got when I first got admitted to UMD.
Perfect, thanks, Shannon. Next question is, what are the factors taken into consideration when inviting a student to the Honors College? So there's a plethora of factors, but what you should know is that we look holistically at that entire application package. So that is to include everything that's submitted, really. GPA test scores, letters of recommendation, essays, all that good jazz, extracurricular activities. We take all of that into consideration. Are there required events or non-movable weekend obligations? That may be, depending on which LLP you're actually in. If you're in the Honors College, is there any, any HA right now? Do you guys have any required events that you have to attend while in your LLP?
So for the Honors Humanities, we have a bunch of optional events that like the Student Council of the Humanities put together, but there's no set event that has required participation.
Gemstone has a number of required events. We give multiple presentations throughout our curriculum, so we have to do that along with some other smaller presentations.
Same with ACEs.
Actually, with the humanities, we do have a required presentation, but that's like a one-day requirement.
Catherine, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I'm in university honors and we don't have really any required events that we have to go to, but there are optional like social events.
Perfect. And the next question, which is a cybersecurity related question, I'm gonna jump that to Shannon. So the question is, I'll try to shorten it. So do you have to be admitted into the Honors College to join the cybersecurity track? Well, it's multiple questions, so we'll go to that one first. Shannon.
Yeah, so the computer science department also has a cybersecurity track, but the ACES LLP is like an intro to cybersecurity, and it extends after the first 2 years where you do the LLP. There's a two-year extension of it called the ACES minor, and you don't have to be in the Honors College to do that one. And it gives you like a more in-depth look into cybersecurity. And a lot of people, if they're interested in cyber, tend to do like either the minor in addition to the cybersecurity computer science major track, or they choose like one or the other. Yeah.
And then thanks, Shannon. And then to follow up on that, you're a computer science major?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's asking about feeling prepared for the real world. You can briefly talk about that, even though that's more of the computer science side. And then do students in ACES have more opportunities for internships and research opportunities than normal computer science students?
The ACES Living and Learning program actually hosts its own not computer science career fair, cybersecurity career fair with its corporate partners through the Honors College. So you do have more chance to talk one-on-one with people from like the NSA, Facebook Cyber, I think, like Leidos, a bunch of different other companies through that career fair that the LLP hosts. So I would say you have a lot more connections to be able to get internships or research positions.
Perfect.
And then as for how rigorous is the curriculum and do I feel prepared? It's rigorous, but I would say like in a healthy way. And I definitely do feel prepared for the real world through like these different internship opportunities I've been able to get. And also like the competitiveness of the Honors College really pushes you to do better, which I like about it.
Thank you. And I'm going to go to Catherine next. Well, we can actually jump to each one of you, but we'll start with Catherine. What is your favorite part of being in the Honors College?
That's a really good question. Favorite part of being in the Honors College is that it gives me a break from a lot of my STEM classes. So I'm a physiology and neurobiology major, and so I take a lot of pre-med classes and chemistry, biology. But being in honors, it kind of forces me to take a lot of other classes and like special classes that you can only take in the Honors College, which is a really good experience.
Perfect. We'll jump to Ashley next. What's your favorite part of being in the Honors College?
I would say just the sense of community. I think especially in a program like Gemstone, where I'm working with the same, I think it's about 10 people every year for 4 years, you build really strong relationships and are able to make a really great network, both of peers and of professors.
Thanks. Shannon, what's your favorite part of the Honors College?
I agree that I really like just like meeting the different people and being able to have all these different people support me throughout my coursework, since I found people that are taking the same classes as me. So we do like study groups, and they definitely encourage me to like do better. I mentioned this before, but I wouldn't have applied for an internship my freshman year if I didn't like, talk to other people who also were doing that, who lived in the same dorm as me.
Thanks. Sydney?
Yes, I will definitely say the community has been like the best part. Like I'm in the ILS program, which is technically a 2-year program, but I still talk to my fellow ILSers every single day, and we still do homework together and just hang out together. Well, virtually now, but you know, it's just really been a great way to like make friends really easily almost. Just by nature of the programs.
Thanks. Divya?
I definitely agree with everyone so far. I love the friends that I've made. I studied abroad with a couple of the people in DCC that I met. My roommate was from DCC. And I also think that I've learned a lot more about my career interests and what I could do in the future through my program. I'm studying CS, but DCC talks about applications of CS and tech in society. And I learned that I actually like designing and doing a lot more like user-based stuff. So it's been really helpful for me, both with friends as well as career.
Thank you. And then Alyssa?
So as a STEM major, it's really nice to get to take humanities classes because I'm in the honors humanities program. And there's surprisingly a lot of STEM majors in this program. So it's nice to have people who have the same interests in the humanities as well as STEM. It's a nice way to make friends with that balanced interest. And it's a nice chance to take classes that focus on my interest in the humanities because it's a nice change of pace from the STEM aspect. And it's where I've met a lot of my good friends because it's like you're really close and you take classes together and you live in the same building. So it's so easy to form connections that last long.
That's right. And this is actually like the opposite, but it seems like it's been rated high to answer. So could a couple of you just say what's something that you would change about the Honors College if you could? And anyone, if you have a preference to answer, I won't pick on you for that. Looks like it's getting rating higher. So I guess people want to know.
Okay, so I guess since I'm in ACES, it's cybersecurity based, and I feel like that just encourages a lot of computer science and like STEM majors to join. So I would like to see more people express outside of just like computer science, express interest in cybersecurity. Just like diversify the program a lot.
I agree. I probably would say the same thing about ILS. It's kind of become the pre-med LLP. I think that ILS does a really good job of like incorporating service as well as social determinants of health into our curriculum. And we do have, you know, certain like psychology majors, we have animal science majors. So we do like, you know, anybody can technically be a part of ILS. And even I'm a section leader for our 100 class, and my co-section leader is a business major. So, you know, anyone can be a part of ILS, but I think that it tends to attract like a certain type of student or students who are interested in certain types of things. And so, you know, talking to you all out there, if you are interested in life sciences, and even if you don't want to make it a career in medicine, please join ILS. It's a great program.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Anybody, if anyone else, does anyone else want to say anything? I don't want to cut anybody off. We're good? Okay. So next question is, do you have to live on campus to be a part of a living learning community within honors? Yes, and it depends on the program. So Sydney and Shannon, again, your programs that require that, if you want to speak a little bit more on it, Sydney, for ILS.
Yes, so ILS has a living requirement. So your first year, you're required to live in La Plata Hall, which is on North Campus if you ever come visit us. And you just have to live there your first year. Your second year of ILS, you can live in any residence hall. Given the current situation, that requirement has been lifted for the time being. So freshmen right now, current freshmen ILS are not required to be living in La Plata. The bed is still there if that's something that they choose to, you know, want to do and take advantage of, but they could stay at home or, you know, wherever they feel most comfortable right now.
Thanks. And then Shannon for ACES.
Yeah, ACES, I believe requires, yeah, they do require that you live in Prince Frederick Hall for 2 years. But I think it's also, the requirements also lifted for COVID times.
Correct. And then the rest of the living learning programs do have resident halls that you can live in, but they highly suggest that you do, but it's not required for the remaining living learning programs. Next question, which is getting a lot of thumbs up, is, I'm going to rephrase it after I say it, but what makes honors college different from normal college besides being more academically rigorous? and just to go further, saying if someone is hiring and is giving a choice between an applicant that attended the honors college at UMD versus one who did not, what would make them choose the person that took that was in the honors college? So I would phrase that for you guys to say, out of your experience and how has the honors college helped you professionally, personally, in those kind of aspects?
I would say that the honors college gives you a lot more of a chance to do group work and like actually be comfortable with the people around you. And that can translate a lot to like interview questions about like, tell me a time when you did this. Or it also allows you to be, I feel like, more multidisciplinary when you are more comfortable speaking with maybe like a professional you're interviewing with, or seeking out professional opportunities of your own, instead of, I don't know, maybe just like waiting a bit longer for you to have more experience. I feel like people in the honors college in general, just like jump for experiences more, and that can really like shed onto you by being in the honors college.
Thank you. Anybody else? And how you think that, you know, the honors college has been helpful for you professionally or personally, and how that translates into, I guess, the professional world?
Yeah, so for me, I see this is actually a question that someone also has in the chat, but they were asking about like neuroscience research opportunities. So I actually was able to do that in the summer of 2019 at NYU School of Medicine up in New York. I got to spend 10 weeks there, and ILS was very integral in allowing me to obtain that research internship, because they have like kind of like curated list of like internship opportunities, and then they offer like really good advising and letters of recommendation and all these different things. It kind of just puts you in that mindset to getting these sort of internships. And so definitely I've had an internship after my freshman year, after my sophomore year. Unfortunately, this past summer, you know, due to COVID, I was not able to have one, but I would have basically had one all 3 summers in between my years of college. So it's definitely set me up professionally to be successful.
Perfect. Anybody else? And thank you. Okay. So going to the next question. I don't know, Jimmy, if your answers, but what is the acceptance rate to the honors college? I would probably say out of the freshman class, and Jenny, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say it's a little less than a third. Okay, yeah, so it's a little less than a third of the freshman class is actually invited into the honors college. Next question. Does UMD track demonstrated interest, and if so, is it accounted for in the admissions process? Okay, I'm assuming, Brooke, you might have to elaborate on that. If you can elaborate that in the chat, that'll be awesome, just to kind of make sure we understand what you're asking, and then we'll come back to you. Let's see, how do you indicate your interest in the honors college on the common application, and are all majors eligible for admittance to the college? Catherine, did you want to go ahead and answer that?
Yeah, all majors are definitely what's the word?
There's no limit on what are we, a major blind, basically.
Yeah, so your major, it doesn't is not a deciding factor in which section of the honors college you want to be in. And how you decide is really just like coming to things like this and learning more about the honors college and talking to people who've been in the different communities and learning more about it. And if something stands out to you, like if you're interested more in science and you want to do ILS, or like I wasn't sure what I was interested in, so I joined UH, which is kind of like is a more general program when you can experience with people from a lot of different majors.
Thanks. And then just to add to that, to what Catherine said, in regards to like starting your interest, again, like she said, coming to these events, asking questions, but again, there's no additional application for the honors college. We invite students based off of, one, if you apply by the early action deadline, like we said, we look at all those applications holistically and invite the students that we invite each year. All right, Sydney, this is an ILS related question. Go ahead and answer. Is ILS a 2 or 4 year? Do
So I have a program, it'll be your freshman and sophomore year, and you will receive your citation fall of your junior year after coming back from the summer. And after that, you are still part of the ILS community and still part of the Honors College community. We're not kicked out. We still can do all of the community bonding and everything that we talked about earlier. And there's plenty of opportunities to actually still get involved with ILS specifically. So I mentioned this in a previous question, but I'm a section leader for our HLC 100 class, which is the fall entrance class that all freshman ILS students have to take. And I'm a senior now, so I have my time to do that. There's also opportunities to be a peer mentor to underclassmen ILS student. You still do research, you still get all the support from the ILS community. Last 2 years, there's no formal requirements. So if you don't want to do any of these things, you do not have to.
Perfect, thanks. And then also, how do you decide about which of the 6 programs, so which of the 6 living learning programs within honors to join? I can answer that really quickly. So basically, once you're invited into the Honors College, when you get your acceptance letter to UMD, we would then send out communications to let you know that you have preference which living learning program you want. So you pretty much rank them, you know, which one you top one, right? There are different programs will go through their sorting process to pick their classes or who the students that they want in their class for the freshman year for their cohorts. And then we send out those decisions. It's usually by, Jenny, correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say February, March timeframe, as far as when the decision has been made for preferencing.
We ask students to submit their preferences by mid-February, and then we will send out living learning program invitations, assignments early March.
Thanks. All right. Okay, thanks, Brooke. So I got your next question. I mean, the explanation. So you're saying demonstrated interest, meaning attending webinars, responding to emails, and just interacting with the university. So Jenny, you may have a little bit more information. So I'm assuming this is in regards to the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. She's trying to see if they track interest from students and families.
I think that the university does have some of that information. I'm sorry, I'm not sure exactly how that shows up in the application. I would definitely encourage you to contact the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. I can, where can I put their email address is applymaryland@umd.edu or Google, undergraduate admissions Maryland to get their contact information.
Thanks, Jenny. Next question, I'm going to turn to Ashley. Are students in the Honors College more collaborative or competitive? It's actually the question.
So I would say that overall, the University of Maryland Honors College and all of its associated programs promotes a collaborative environment. That said, between the programs and even, for example, in Gemstone, between research teams, there's a sense of competition, but it's solely friendly competition. I think, generally, especially for STEM students, there's usually a sense of competition between students, but I think overall, the university is committed to having us really learn to value collaboration more than competition. And I think that that's something that we all learn as we continue through our coursework.
Thank you so much. For Alyssa, I'm going to jump to you. For the 2-year programs, which years do they take place? Freshman and sophomore? Question mark.
Yeah, they take place freshman and sophomore. But to go back to the question Sydney answered about whether you're still like part of the program, you're still able to attend. I know the humanities even has like a specified way for upperclassmen to still be part of the program. Like we have families, so even when you're a senior, you're like tightly connected to the freshmen and the other members still in the program, which is really nice because it gives you a chance to stay with the people you took your classes with and live with in LLP.
Perfect. And just to, I'm going to go to you again for the next question since you wanted to answer it, but a couple of you can actually answer this. It says, do you feel challenged in your non-honors classes, so your regular classes, and what percentage of your classes are honors?
So I do feel challenged in my non-honors classes, and I've only taken one honors level course, but the course was also available to people who weren't in the honors college. If you took the class in the honors college, you got an H for the name of the course, but if you didn't, you had a C. But it was the same course, and although the class was conceptually a little harder, I feel like with honors courses, you get more support from the professor and they're more readily available to help you and make sure you understand the information.
I also really would like to answer this question. So ILS has, during your first 2 years, every semester you will have, they kind of just take over one of your bio classes that you would be taking anyway, and then that turns into an ILS bio class. And so that those classes are definitely challenging intellectually. Like we learn a little bit more information than you would in the kind of regular version of these courses. But then even outside, you have to remember these are only this is just one bio class every single semester. I'm still taking organic chemistry, biochemistry, organic chemistry 2, general chemistry 1, general chemistry 2. Like these are all still very high level courses that are not technically ILS courses, and they're definitely challenging. Like this is still college, you know, this is going to be like a high level, especially if you are, you know, kind of on that pre-med track. That's what I really know, you know, they're all definitely going to be hard. So I would not worry about that.
I also wanted to add to that really quickly, and someone, a couple of you can answer this because I think 2 of the questions have dabbled around it. Can you guys tell our audience the difference between, like, what is the difference between your honors classes and your regular classes? Like, do you feel like they're more like more rigorous? Because I know that's probably a concern or a question.
For me, I have gemstone classes. So instead of general honors classes, I have gemstone classes. And basically, during my freshman and sophomore years, that included a lecture where we would all attend and learn about the research project. At this point in my career, I'm a junior, so we have meetings with our advisor, with our research advisor, and that's really the credit that we're getting. So I think the class that I'm taking now is called GEMS 396. And essentially what that involves is us going to meetings every week and talking about our research project and mapping out a plan for how we're going to collect data.
And I can add on real quick about like DCC honors classes. I personally haven't taken too many of the H version classes, which is like if I would take a comp sci class, but take it in an honors version. But I have heard people who have taken those feel that although they're a little bit more challenging, you have a smaller class and you have more support from even the students around you. As for DCC classes, they are rigorous because they involve a lot of teamwork and projects. But I also feel like it's a nice break from the rest of my course load, which is really nice about the honors program. I feel like I can think a little more creatively in those classes, and I get to talk to a lot of people who have like so many diverse interests that it's like a nice break from the rest of my course load. So I think although it is rigorous, it's definitely like stimulating and fun.
Going off that comment, like I'm in the honors humanities, so I get to take humanities classes for my honors citation. And although they're rigorous, they're really enjoyable and they're really a great way to exhibit creativity. Like, for example, this semester, so for the past couple semesters, we've all taken the same course, but then one of the semesters you get to branch off and pick from a couple of different options. So this semester example, I get to take a dance class and I get to learn dances around the world, which is a really cool experience. And it wasn't something I would be able to take if I wasn't in the honors program. So even though it's rigorous, it's really enjoyable.
Thanks, guys. And quickly, I just wanted to say, Noah, thank you so much for giving that information. So I'm assuming you already know that UMD as a whole and the Office of Admissions does not track demonstrated interest, to Brooke, who asked that earlier. In the Honors College, just to say, the Honors College does not do that separately at this moment. Next question, how has the Honors College adapted to keep the community aspect of the living learning communities this school year? And a couple of you can answer, since you're all in different programs and probably have different experiences.
So I know with the Honors Humanities, at least, we try to schedule weekly activities where members of the Humanities program kind of meet up to do fun activities or just to study together. And it's a great opportunity to get to know other members in the program or get to like bond with people you already know in the program, even though you're living remotely.
I can talk about, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, in particular for ILS, because I'm a section leader, I know what the freshmen are kind of going through right now, but they've sort of created a virtual lounge because living in La Plata, you know, you would have 2 lounges that you could pretty much find everyone in all the time. And so they've kind of simulated something similar on Zoom, just kind of like an open, you know, room for people to just kind of pop in and out of as if you would be in the normal dorm lounge.
And then for DCC, our assistant director actually holds yoga 2 times a week for all the students. So like anyone can join in on video call. And then we also have like social media challenges where it's like DCC keeps creating. So you can post pictures of what you've been baking or making at home. And then I'm a TA for the intro class, and we've been holding like take it from a TA sessions as an informal way for like everyone to ask questions and get to know each other better. So those are some of the ways we've tried to keep it going online.
Anybody else? Okay. And then also just to add to that community aspect, even within the Honors Ambassadors, which is one of the orgs within the Honors College, we also have been doing different things to try to keep the community alive. We actually have a virtual cook-off that I'm excited about tomorrow, where we have some students in the different living learning programs that are going to compete against each other via Zoom, and they'll be able to cook, like do a virtual cook-off. So it's exciting. Next question, do members of the Honors College get more personalized guidance for things such as picking classes, internship, externships compared to non-honor students? Shannon, did you want to grab that?
Yeah, in ACES, I know that one of our directors is like co-acting as a computer science advisor for those who are in the computer science major, since she's a lecturer in the department. But also like just in general, in honors, you have such like a close connection with all of like the directors and the advisors. So you are able to like set up meetings with them super easily and like talk about any concerns you have, if they're academic or like professional, like getting research or externships or internships. And I know a lot of the honors faculty, like the staff members, they have a lot of connections on campus with people who do like research and a bunch of other stuff. So they like can easily connect you with other people to help you get those experiences.
Thanks, Shannon. Next question, and we only have a few more minutes left, so we have about 2 more questions. If you have any other questions that you want to answer, you can go ahead and put them in the chat. The Q&A. We're getting ready to answer. When you get invited to the Honors College, do you find out if you're being considered for a Banneker Key Scholarship at the same time? And does that notification come later? Sydney, did you want to grab that?
Yes. So if I remember correctly, from 2017, I got into the University of Maryland, and in that acceptance message, it said you have been accepted into the Honors College. Yay. And then probably about a week or 2 weeks later, I got kind of like a mysterious email. Because I got coming, like, okay, this means, but the probably later mail like a it, or the so no it's come right away. It weeks, you know, in the works. I think like internally you probably were already selected for it, but for the whole process to work out, yeah. And then I think I interviewed probably a couple of months after that, honestly. They tell you the dates and you can sign up.
Thanks so much, Sydney. I know that a while ago, so I'm glad you have a better memory than me. So for our last question, I just wanted to kind of, I guess each one of you can go around and say this since it may apply to multiple people. What other clubs or activities on campus are you involved in outside of the honors program? And do any of you participate in club sports?
So I'm involved in Phi Delta Epsilon, which is a professional pre-medical fraternity. I'm also involved in Tours for Change, which is an organization on campus that allows us to volunteer. And then I do volunteering outside of that organization. And I'm also doing research off campus. And I am involved in Honors Ambassadors, which I'm doing right now. So yeah.
Shannon, you can go next. That way I can kind of keep you guys.
Oh yeah. I'm part of the History Undergraduate Association because I'm a history minor. I'm also a director for BitCamp, which is a hackathon UMD hosts. And I'm part of Terrapin Works, which does like 3D printing on campus. So it's pretty cool.
Catherine?
Sure. I'm involved in a lot of things on campus, but one thing I'm most involved in is that I'm on the e-board for this group called Peer to Peer, and we're an organization that tutors refugee children in the area, and it's pretty cool because we just started a few years ago, and it's being built from the ground up.
That's very interesting. Alyssa?
So I'm a member of Alpha Phi Omega, which is an organization that kind of promotes volunteering around the community and on campus. And I've also had the chance to work on the student government for the Honors Humanities program, which is really cool because it was another way for me to get closer knit to my LLP.
Thanks. Sydney?
Yes, I know my little blurb was up there earlier, but I'm on the e-board for Charles R. Drew Free Health Society. I'm also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Last semester, I was tapped for Omicron Delta Kappa, which is a National Leadership Honor Society. It's pretty cool. You get your names engraved on the fountain on McKeldin Mall. I'm also part of Strive. It's a mentoring group for children and teens living with sickle cell. And we partner with Children's National Medical Center. I'm in Honors Ambassadors. I've had numerous internships off campus. I did a study abroad actually with the Smith School of Business. I know it has nothing to do with my majors that I said, but I went to Morocco and France, winter 2019. There's plenty of opportunities to do a lot here.
Thanks for that. Divya?
Yeah, obviously Honors Ambassadors. I work for the Maryland Center for Women in Computing, or the AREB initiative now, where we tutor like kids around campus and also host events on campus for women in computing. And then I'm also a director for another hackathon at UMD called Technica, which is happening in 11 days. So you guys should register. Yes.
Yay.
So yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. So that brings us to the end of our presentation and info session. We hope you guys gained a lot of information about the Honors College. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to email us. I did just unshare my screen, but our email address is honorsadmissions@umd.edu. We also, in the email, the info email to attend this info session, you should have received information in regards to our virtual Hangouts, which is an opportunity for prospective students to be paired up with our current students, like the HAs we have today or honors and bachelors we have today, to answer any other questions that you have on a one-on-one basis. So that's another option that you do have, and we do offer office hours, open office hours virtually twice a week. If you go on our website, you can get more information on that. Jenny, did you have anything else to add? No? Okay, awesome. Well, we will let you guys go 2 minutes early today. Thank you again for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you. Bye.